More Web Security Academy stuff. Here we are at Labs cross-site scripting. So here's the first one, a simple cross-site scripting, and I'll access the lab here. Let that spin up and then we'll read about it. We just want to call the alert function, and it's in the search functionality. So this one I think is obvious enough. I don't think I need to hint. Let's see. Got to wait for them to spin up our container here. This is the professional way to do hands-on labs, much more up-to-date than my way. Okay, so search functionality. So if I search for one, the next page says you searched for one. So if I search for script alert, let me make it bigger. Script alert one script. That usually does it. Whenever I'm doing this kind of work, I always copy it into the clipboard though, because often you have to try again to fix a punctuation mark error or something. And now it popped up, so that should do it, that should win, and it wins. Okay, so that's the simplest case of cross-site scripting, where you put something in like a query box and it appears on the next page literally and is executed as script. So let's try stored cross-site scripting into an HTML context. Let's get this lab going. Okay. In the comment functionality, okay, so you store the data in the comment. Again, I think this one's obvious. I don't think I need to hint. Let's just wait for it to spin up. All right, and so there must be a comment feature. I think if you view a post, then there's a place to put comments. So you're going to leave a comment of that injection, which should still be in my clipboard. Yep, script. So, you know, I just leave script alert one script as my comment, and then I have to give it a name, an email, and a website. Maybe it has to be like this. I'm just making data that should pass some kind of confirmation checking. And there it goes, and that works. So when somebody views that comment, the box will pop up. So those are the simplest cases of cross-site scripting. And here's the document object model cross-site scripting, another way to do it. Let's get to some of them that have some filtering. So here's one where they filter out angle brackets. Let's see how this one looks. Okay, let's get the lab going. Okay, it contains a reflected cross-site scripting in the search, but angle brackets are HTML encoded. So you're going to have to inject an attribute and call the alert function. So you can't put in an angle bracket, so you can't put in a script tag, but what you can do is you can trigger the alert, and what you do is use something like this, on mouse over equals alert. So first what you're going to do is see where the search string goes. This one's more interesting. So we put in something in the search string. Let's put in like Fred in the search string, and then search. And Fred comes back here. So we might try inserting that in script alert one here. But if we do that, it doesn't run. It's just literally there. And the reason it's there, you can tell by inspecting here. And here you see search results for Fred script. Actually, I'm not seeing how it's encoded. It's not obvious that it was encoded there. But anyway, it is encoded. Maybe you can see it if you view source. Let's try that. Okay, and now I'm going to look for Fred with Command F, Fred. There it is. This is what, now you can see it in the source. It used ampersand LT semicolon and ampersand GT semicolon, so it looks like a script tag, but it will not be treated that way by the user. So that's not so good, but notice down here, there's an input type field that has a value equal Fred here. So I can also inject into this input field. So I might be able to make an injection that would take effect even without using less than and greater than signs, and that's what happens here. So the point is, inside a quoted attribute, so what you do is you put on mouse over alert one here, And then what will happen is this input text field is the search field, and it's going to have the name there, but it's going to pop up the box when you do a mouse over. So it's not running the script immediately, but it will run the script later when the user moves the mouse over it. And that accomplishes the same thing. So let's inject that stuff. And here we are. And see, when I move the mouse over the search button, it executes the code. So it didn't involve injecting a, that's the point. If you can inject anything, it's up to your cleverness to find a way to get around the filters and inject something that will have a desired effect, despite the filters. So that's what I wanted to show you here. Let me stop this recording.